we will be talking about how to model a bookcase or a bookshelves. So we will be trying to repeat or redo this particular bookcase, which is cool and easily done. So without further ado, let's get started. So I will start by choosing the generic model wall based, since our bookcase will be on the wall. So as always, we have to change the units. For me, I go with millimeters, okay, for both distance and length measurement. So this bookshelf will be parametric, okay, and of course will be a Revit family. So I'll start by adding the other reference planes on both sides. That means left, right, and top. Then I add dimensions, okay. We also add the width dimension, then select it and add it as a parameter, okay. So this parameter, will give it a name as width, so it will be the width of our bookcase. Then change it to instance, which will help us to modify different types of the same model. So again, I will add the height dimensions and of course do the same, change it to instance. So you have to test or flex these parameters, and I will also add the reference plane at the top. Again, add dimension, use tab key to choose the reference plane, then add a parameter, call it depth, okay. So add another reference planes. So these reference planes will be the thickness of our bookcase, okay. So what I will have to do is to add dimensions, okay. Let me first move this one, then add dimensions, okay. Select all and give the dimension as the shelf thickness, okay. So as you can see, the distance between the shelves, they are not equal, so you have to adjust the thickness and have the equal distance, as you can see, okay. So the next thing is to add again the reference planes, which will host our LEDs, okay. So the thing here is to add them, okay, on both sides and give them parameters. So no need of having the new parameters, but instead I will select them and assign the same shelf thickness parameter. Then I would like to extrude the shape, as you can see. So I will move first here, okay. Let's delete this one, trim and extend all the edges so that all lines will be joined, okay. 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 So we will fix our extrusion in between the depth parameter, then check the parameters again. So add the other reference planes and offset them by 50 millimeters or 5 centimeters, so that we will be able to host our support, metallic supports, and have the LED light here in between. Okay, so the next thing is to do the same, to add the other reference planes, then give them dimensions and lock. So we need to lock all the dimensions since this distance will be fixed. Okay, lock them one by one. Okay, so the next thing is to go back to the top level or ref level. Okay, so but first of all, let's check the parameters again. Okay, so as you can see, our parameters will go with where we want them to be. So let's add the other reference plane so that you can know where to place our LED and its support. So I will offset it by 50 millimeters or 5 centimeters. Then I add dimension by simply pressing DI on the keyboard, lock it. Okay, now here at the joint, that's where we will add our extrusion. So we have to enable the center mark so that we'll be able to fix or to lock our circular shape or our circle with the reference planes that we have. Okay, so we have to lock it with both vertical reference plane and horizontal reference plane, then offset it by 3 millimeters. Do the same. So I will here have to go faster and lock our extrusion to all reference planes. Okay, then here you have to copy and paste it to the same place. Okay, so the next thing here you have to do is to just copy the extrusion and lock it to the other places. Okay, so first of all, we have to select our extrusion, go to the edit plane and detach or disconnect. Okay, deassociate them so that you'll be able to move our extrusions. Okay, so I have to move them accordingly. So you have to move 3 copies up. Okay, so I have to lock each extrusion to its particular plane. Okay, okay, so the next thing to do is to check the parameters again so that these added LEDs can be fixed where we want. So what we can see is that the parameters are okay, they're moving in a better way. That's how I want them. So I have to remove some copies. Okay, that were added mistakenly. Okay, so the next thing here is to bring back to our initial dimensions, still testing the parameters. Okay, so I can still check the height to 3 meters. Okay, so you can see that the parameters are very good, they are well done. So the next thing is to add the material parameters. So I call this one the main material, since this is the main element of the whole family. Hit OK, then select our emissive light, or the one which will be emitting light. So I'll give the same parameter and call it, I will add the new parameter and call it LED. Okay, so lastly I will add these metallic supports. Again, I use Ctrl key to select all. Okay, then assign the metallic assign the material again. Okay, new parameter, then let me call it meta. Adding materials, this is how our render will be looking like, or our cabinet, this is how it will be looking like. So thank you so much. Consider subscribing if you like our content, so consider sharing, and see you soon.